Fallon welcomes Whoopi Goldberg. NBC Tonight.
We got a lead. She claims she knows our serial killer.
He's a cop! He's a cop!
Do not trust police.
Got one! It's gotta be our guy.
Got him. No!
Chicago PD, new next Wednesday on NBC and Peacock.
My sister's been missing for a long time. I found 6 other missing girls.
This is gonna get messy.
I want you to leave it alone. I'm catching this guy.
SVU, Thursday on NBC and Peacock.
Live from Rhinelander, this is News Watch 12 at 10, the Northwood's best news, with Jessica Jukic, Chief Meteorologist Jeff Weller, and Saul Meyer with sports. News from where you live starts now.
Good evening, I'm Dan Hagan. President Joe Biden and former President Donald Trump had very different schedules today as they inch closer to the general election in November. Trump's hush money trial goes dark on Wednesdays, meaning he's free to campaign anywhere. But today he decided to visit with supporters in Mar-a-Lago, while Biden campaigns here in Wisconsin. Reporter Julia Benbrook has the details.
President Joe Biden announcing a more than $3 billion investment from Microsoft to build a new artificial intelligence facility in Wisconsin.
It's going to be transformative. Not just here, but worldwide.
This new facility will be located at the same site where in 2018, then President Donald Trump broke ground on what was supposed to be a signature project under his administration, an electronics factory for Taiwan's Foxconn, which had secured billions in tax credits and promised thousands of jobs. Those investments largely failed to materialize.
They dug a hole with those golden shovels, and then they fell into it.
Meanwhile, Trump has the day off from court. On Tuesday, Stormy Daniels, the adult film star Trump is accused of trying to silence with a hush money payment, took the stand. Daniels detailed the alleged affair she had with Trump, which he denies ever happened. Trump has pleaded not guilty to 34 counts of falsifying business records.
I should be in a lot of different places right now campaigning, and I'm sitting here.
Trump often complains that he should be on the campaign trail when he's stuck in court. But the trial goes dark on Wednesdays, and Trump is choosing to spend this Wednesday at Mar-a-Lago with supporters who purchased multiple NFTs. Trump's NFTs include a photo of his mugshot taken after he was arrested in Georgia last year. His NFTs are not connected to the campaign. Reporting in Washington, I'm Julia Benbrook.
And a new poll of Wisconsin registered voters finds President Biden leading Donald Trump 50% to 44% in a head-to-head matchup. The Quinnipiac University poll of the key battleground state was released today, but when third-party and independent candidates are included, the poll showed Biden and Trump roughly tied, with Biden at 40 and Trump at 39. The poll showed Robert F. Kennedy Jr. with 12% support. Well, usually I'm joined by our meteorologist, Conrad Topinski. I'm not sure where he's at. He's coming in now. Okay, Conrad, well, we started with kind of cloudy. Then it got to a really nice day out there today.
It did, Dan. What a good-looking day, right? Temperatures around 70 degrees. Wow. Taking a look outside, I just got so excited about the weather, I didn't even hear Dan talking there. But look at these temperatures. 72 degrees earlier today. Mid-70s into central Wisconsin. Uh-oh, what is this? Near 80 degrees in some spots. Wapaka, you were hovering in those upper 70s earlier today. Wow, what a good-looking day. Not near any record highs. Our record highs around 87 degrees back almost 100 years ago. Exactly 98 years ago, we were reaching almost 90 degrees. Now, take a look at this. Sunrise and sunset, right? Almost at 15 hours of sunlight, so things are starting to feel a little bit more like summer, right? And temperature-wise, though, finally, those warmer temperatures making their way up. Still some milder air, some 60s, a couple of 70s in some spots, but just to the west, got to go to these western states, these blue colors indicating some 30s and 40s still in the region. Some thunderstorms down south. That's what really comes along with these warmer temperatures, pluses and minuses with that, right? Overnight tonight, though, we're going to continue to stay slightly above average with some increasing clouds, temperatures around 40 degrees. Dan?
Thanks, Conrad. Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene of Georgia made a motion on the House floor today to oust Speaker Mike Johnson from his position. Greene motioned to vacate the speakership, a move which got her booed by colleagues. Her effort failed. Representatives voted 359 to 43 to table Greene's motion to vacate the Speaker's chair.
I want to say that I appreciate the show of confidence from my colleagues to defeat this misguided effort. That is certainly what it was.
Most Democrats sided with nearly all Republicans on the vote. Lawmakers have said they don't want a repeat of the fall Speaker fight, which resulted in a month of inaction. The village administrator of Cronenwetter is leaving office after only 3 months in the position. Leonard Luddy took over in January after 4 interim administrators worked in Cronenwetter for the past 2 years. Luddy did not offer any information on why he decided to leave. His last day will be on May 17th. A new local art exhibit showcases the impacts women have made in the art world. Most of Lee Yawkey Woodson Art Museum in Wausau's permanent collection is based off the natural world. The marketing and communication manager of the museum, Bryce Sabula, said they also have more to offer.
We do have exhibitions such as this one that we lend from other institutions throughout the country to kind of bring a little bit of variety into our exhibitions and change it up a little bit.
The new exhibition is all the way from the Thomas Cole National Historic Site in New York. Sabula said this is a very important and historic collection.
It's a 2-part exhibition that features Susie Barstow, who was a 19th century American landscape painter, and she was really a pioneer for female artists at the time, and especially in landscape painting.
The main focus of this exhibit is to highlight the struggle that women artists faced back in the 19th century when most men took credit for their work. Also, with a part 2 of a collection of art from 13 different modern women artists that reflect on the change of women artwork over time. A botanical garden is causing controversy after a recent name change. Coming up, we'll learn about how the founder was dropped from branding. That's after weather with Conrad right here on Newswatch 12.
Come to Carpet City Flooring Center's biggest sale and receive $300, $600, or even $1,000 of savings on all hard surface flooring products, such as vinyl plank, tile, hardwood, or receive free carpet installation. That's right, savings on all hard surfaces up to $1,000 or free carpet installation. See why contractors and designers only choose Carpet City Flooring Center for their flooring needs at the biggest sale.
Our prices will floor you.
I'm so glad we're finally getting our new boat.
Right? So you guys picked out a boat. I'm going to have that to you in about 6 weeks.
6 weeks?
Not at American Marine in Shawano. Buy a boat from us today and have it on the water next week. And we have more in stock than anyone else in Wisconsin. Pick from 900 boats and pontoons, priced low and ready to use. We will beat any competing deal by $500. Start having fun now and get on the water faster with American Marine Shawano.
Sweetwater Spirits and Resort is open throughout the year. Dine in with a great view of Duck Lake. Carryout is also available. Enjoy broasted chicken, shrimp, burgers, pizza, Friday night fish fry, and Saturday night prime rib. Great happy hour deals Monday through Friday from 3 to 6 and live music on the weekends. Sweetwater Spirits and Resort is family friendly and opens at 11 a.m. daily. Find us on Facebook to view nightly specials.
Spas. The Swim Spa Hot Tub and Sauna Show. This weekend only, inside the Central Wisconsin Convention and Expo Center, Rothschild. Millions of inventory must be sold. Prices are slashed, up to 60% off retail. So save thousands. Save big on new hot tub spas and saunas. Plus, see the Michael Phelps Signature Swim Spas by Master Spas.
Hi, I'm Michael Phelps. Join the swimming revolution.
The Swim Spa Hot Tub and Sauna Show. This weekend only, inside the Central Wisconsin Convention and Expo Center, Rothschild. Visit 800spasale.com.
Enjoy packaged to-go beer and fresh-off-the-tap beers, all at affordable prices at the Rhinelander Brewing Company, Brown Street, downtown Rhinelander.
Find free food support for your family. Call the Family Food Helpline.
And welcome back. Thank you very much for tuning in. Let's get right into some temperatures, some exciting stuff, right? Very exciting weather. Some very warm temperatures down south. We're talking 70s and 80s still right now at this time of night. They were in the 90s in some spots, especially closer to Texas, San Angelo. You were hovering in those upper 90s earlier today, close to hundreds, even the East Coast, Washington, D.C., right up into New York City, Raleigh. You saw temperatures in those mid to upper 80s earlier today. We weren't quite as warm, but we were in the 70s. We'll take that, right? Any day. I'd prefer 70s over some 80s. Well, it really depends what I'm doing. If I'm on the beach, I'd say 80s, but overall, though, 70s pretty good. Still in the 50s right now. A couple of 40s are showing up there, closer to Hayward, Ashland, and then right by Superior, temperatures in those mid-40s. They are getting that lake breeze, and of course, as that lake breeze is coming off the lake like that, the lake waters, of course, are still around 40 degrees, 41 in some spots. So even just a light breeze right off the lake, and you are going to significantly cool down. Now, frost advisories have been issued up north. They might get extended into our neck of the woods. This is for Friday morning. So Thursday night into Friday morning, we are talking temperatures pretty much around freezing, even below freezing in some spots. So frost and freeze will be an issue. Some small craft advisories have been issued as well till around 1 p.m. tomorrow. That is right by the coast up into the UP. Now, severe weather, once again, I feel like this is an everyday type of trend. Severe weather down south, a couple of tornadoes in southern Illinois, into Kentucky, Tennessee area, and then same story into Alabama and now northern parts of Georgia, just north of Atlanta, Georgia, where the headquarters of the Weather Channel are. Tornadoes have been confirmed. Nocturnal storms, one of the most dangerous type of storms because a lot of people are caught off guard. Now, in the upper Midwest, so the Midwest, upper Midwest, Iowa, you are getting some severe weather as well. No tornadoes at the moment. Hopefully that continues to stay the case. But severe thunderstorm warnings have been issued closer to Waterloo, and that is going to continue to head east. For us, though, we're not talking anything severe, maybe a couple of sprinkles by tomorrow. Other than that, we're looking at some partly cloudy skies by Friday. More chances of rain by the afternoon to evening hours. Saturday looks pretty good. Sunday now for Mother's Day, it looks like overall, though, most of the day we're going to stay dry, but into the afternoon hours, maybe some showers or an isolated thunderstorm is possible. Very gusty winds down south. Central Wisconsin, you have Merrill, Medford, Marshfield into Mosinee. Same story by Stevens Point. Some very gusty winds that will be continuing into the overnight hours. For us, though, tonight here in Rhinelander, just a light breeze, increasing clouds, temperatures around 40 degrees. For tomorrow, though, upper 50s, partly cloudy skies, and some sprinkles possible. Our 7-day outlook brought to you by Northwoods Furniture and Mattress does show much warmer weather arriving by next week. Dan?
Thanks, Conrad. Wausau Botanic Gardens released a statement today addressing the controversy around their recent name change. The organization, formerly known as Monk Botanical Gardens, initially started out as a 19-acre donation by Robert Monk to develop a garden to educate the public on the natural world. The decision to change the garden's name by their board has stirred public sentiment about how they believe the organization is disrespecting the legacy of Mr. Monk. In their statement, the garden said, "We deeply regret any distress this decision has caused. We want to reassure everyone that the legacy of Robert Monk remains at the core of our mission." Antigo took down Medford in girls softball earlier this season, but the Raiders were looking for revenge today. Coming up on Newswatch 12, Drew Celli will be here to break down this rematch and how it lived up to expectations.
Arby's Smokehouse Brisket smokes for 13 peaceful, silent hours, soaking up all that hickory wood as the fast-paced world melts behind. Ooh, crispy onions! Arby's, we have the meat.
Get an 11% rebate on everything for your next project at Menards. Create your dream bathroom with Sterling tubs and showers that fit your style and budget. This ensemble shower features convenient shelves that provide generous storage. Just $739.99 after rebate. Finish your update with Mohawk vinyl plank flooring. It's stylish and waterproof, making it perfect for your bathroom. Pick it up for just $1.99 a square foot after 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
You've got this, just like Associated Bank's got you with $50 overdraft grace zone. So when you have to make a purchase, or 7, you can be sure we're looking out for you, so you can look out for him. You've got this with Associated Bank.
Once the scar tissue has formed, it decreases mobility to the joint and you lose blood supply. This causes chronic pain.
It's non-invasive and you don't even feel it really. And I'm able to work out really good now without any pain at all.
Lasers can eradicate scar tissue, freeing the joint and giving you back your life.
Take a trip on an elegant culinary journey with Chef Luke as he coaches Agnes, Jeff, and the audience to create elegant dishes that you can make at home. Join them on Up North at 4, June 3rd. Brought to you by Triggs.
You can't just pull up to a drive-thru and order perfectly tender brisket that's been slow smoking over hickory wood for 13 hours. Actually, Arby's just lied. You totally can. Arby's, we have the meat.
Coming up on News Watch 12 today, we'll be joined by Allison Dearland's Ashley Hagenau.
Sounds very exciting. Some chances for precipitation on the way, but otherwise some decent temperatures. Morning tune on your Thursday from 5 to 7 a.m.
Two of the best softball teams in our area went at it on Wednesday afternoon in Anago with the Red Robins hosting Medford, looking to sweep the Raiders for the first time since 2019. Medford is looking to get the win on the road to put them in a more comfortable position in the Great Northern Conference softball standings. So let's see if they could do it or if Anago would get the win at home. In the top of the 5th inning, Zalia Leinhardt hits a grounder to short, but what a play by Maya Burt. Diving play, throw from her knees to get Anago out of the inning. Bottom half of the inning, hello, Riley Harabi. She snags the line drive, headed right back for her. Makes it look easy. Medford gets out of the inning. On to the 6th inning, Sydney Heinzen hits one high and deep to right field. Ruthie Steinman makes the catch. She's going to fire home, but Burt going to dive in head first. She's safe. Anago goes on to win, completing the season sweep. They take it 4-3. This game had major conference implications. Let's take a look at the standings now after that Anago win. Mosinee, first place, undefeated both overall and in GNC play. In second place, we now have a tie between Anago and Medford with the Red Robins owning the tiebreaker. In fourth place is Lakeland Union, one game behind second. Finally, rounding out the rest of the standings are Tomahawk, Northland Pines, and Rhinelander. Some more softball action. Leona Wabino taking on Crandon. Holly Gilligan smokes this one into right field. That's a base hit, and that is going to put runners on the corners for the Rebels. Next batter, Allison Albrecht's going to fly one into left field. Catch is going to be made. Runner going to tag from third, and that puts a run on the board for the Rebels. Kelsey Bissonette on the mound for Crandon in this one here. The senior going to pick up the strikeout. Nice little drop on that pitch. We move forward now to the 3rd inning of this game. Crandon has the bases loaded, but Riley Yeager picks up the strikeout. Leona Wabino goes on to win this one 14-0. While the girls were on the softball diamond, over on the baseball diamond, the boys were in action. Crandon came into the day at the top of the Northern Lakes Conference baseball standings. Leona Wabino on the road as they look to pull the upset over the league's top team. We start in the 3rd inning. Trent Palabicki lifts one out to center field, and it is going to be caught. Runner going to tag up and score, and this run gives Crandon a 3-0 lead. We move to the 4th inning. Preston Van Zyl at the plate for the Rebels. He's going to line one out to center field. That ball is going to fall for a base hit, but Crandon would get out of that inning. Bottom of the 5th, Mason Mullins going to go the other way with the base hit. Ryan Shunk's going to come around from second to score. That makes it 4-0 Crandon. Couple of batters later, Cruz Kalinsky up the middle. That is going to bring home 2 more. Crandon would go on to win this one by a final of 6-0. Sticking with high school baseball, another conference makeup was happening with Lakeland Union hosting Medford in a battle of two of the top three teams in the GNC standings. This one saw Medford win it 6-1 in Minocqua, giving the Raiders their 11th straight win. These two teams will play once again tomorrow in Medford. The Milwaukee Brewers are in action, looking to avoid losing another series when they took on the Royals in Kansas City. They dropped Game 1, won Game 2 on a go-ahead home run, and they were looking to win the rubber match. Unfortunately for the Brewers, they could not get it done. They would fall 6-4 to lose the game and the series against the Royals. They will come back around, and they come back home this weekend for a 4-game series with the St. Louis Cardinals, followed by a 3-game series at home against the Pittsburgh Pirates. We'll be right back after the break.
At Blaine's Farm and Fleet, we get you outdoors because we get you. When it's time to plant and grow your dream yard, we get you the right products at the right prices. Like half off 1 cubic foot bags of Miracle Grow garden soil. 16-pound bags of Blaine's Midwest Blend bird food, $16.99. Rewards members save an extra $1. And with Mother's Day coming up, assorted Whitman's and Russell Stover candies, just $8.99. Plus, visit our outdoor garden centers, now open at select Blaine's Farm and Fleet stores.
If there's one thing we like, it's choices. Find yours with Ford F-150. Gas, hybrid, or all electric. Whether it's towing, powering up, or getting from 0 to 60 in 3.8 seconds, what you choose to do with that much power is up to you. Tough this smart can only be called F-150.
Choose FlexBuy on a Ford F-150 and get 0% APR financing for 66 months plus $2,000 FlexBuy cash. Only at your local Wisconsin Ford dealer.
I'm so glad we're finally getting our new boat.
Right? So you guys picked out a boat. I'm going to have that to you in about 6 weeks.
6 weeks?
Not at American Marine in Shawano. Buy a boat from us today and have it on the water next week. And we have more in stock than anyone else in Wisconsin. Pick from 900 boats and pontoons, priced low and ready to use. We will beat any competing deal by $500. Start having fun now and get on the water faster with American Marine Shawano.
When a crane collapsed during construction of a Major League sports stadium, 3 workers lost their lives. Their widows called us. When maintenance workers were permanently injured by an industrial accident at a public utilities power plant, the 7 injured workers called us. When a factory exploded, injuring dozens of workers, 18 victims, including all 3 families of men who lost their lives, called us. Because Wisconsinites know who to call when it's a must-win scenario. They call Habish, Habish & Rotier. National reputation, hometown service.
Looking to shift gears or explore the freedom of the open road? Hi, I'm Mark Sparhawk. We're expanding and want you to join our team. We're looking for drivers and owner-operators. We offer an employee-focused atmosphere with accommodating schedules, competitive wages, and full benefits. With Sparhawk Trucking, choose the right fit for you. Be confident in well-maintained equipment and a variety of travel options. Explore the independence of controlling your career. Stop in or apply online.
Have you ever wondered why healthcare is so challenging? Where do the issues people are forced to deal with even come from? Well, it's kind of complicated. At the heart of these issues is a group called PBMs, Pharmacy Benefit Managers.
PBMs were originally created in the 1960s to negotiate lower prices for drugs between manufacturers and pharmacies, but slowly they became much more than that. They now act as middlemen with the power to hold your health care in their hands. Dan Strauss, former CEO of Hometown Pharmacy, now a patient advocate, shares more.
99% of us are not even sure what a PBM is, much less their stranglehold on health care. We've acknowledged that, and we realize we need to help people understand. So we've created a website called patientprotector.us.
On Patient Protector, you'll find a history of PBMs, what they do, where they came from, and what they do now.
Which are 3 different stories. Where they came from was good, where they are now is scary.
Since becoming aware of PBMs, patients have begun to come forward with stories sharing how they have been negatively affected by unjust PBM practices.
Have you been told which pharmacy you have to go to? Has your doctor prescribed you a medicine that you go to the pharmacy and you can't get because somebody you don't even know says you can't have that, you have to fail first?
This is called step therapy.
Many of us heard it, but what does that actually mean? So it means that the doctor says a prescription X we know will work for you. But the PBM does not make as much of a rebate on that medicine. So you go to your pharmacy and your pharmacist says, I'm sorry, your insurance doesn't cover that. And insurance and PBMs are intertwined. And the PBMs hide behind insurance, but they're the ones making that decision.
Leaving patients to question, if the doctors say I need this medicine, why can't I get it?
Well, you have to fail first. That means that the cheaper one that they want you on, that they make the most money on, has to actually negatively impact you. You have to have a reaction to it. You have to fail and suffer before now you can actually get the medicine that your doctor and pharmacist wanted you on all along.
Strauss said the PBMs live in an unregulated, unlicensed world. And with that, they are able to call the shots, and unfortunately, it's always about the money and not about the patients.
I'm an autoimmune kind of gal. It runs in the family. It is what it is.
Christine Shaw shares her story.
I had a really good medication regime.
But then things changed. Her husband, Michael, had changed jobs, so they switched insurance companies.
Then I started getting notifications from our insurance company that they were evaluating our medications.
They felt there were medications that needed to be reevaluated and changed. So the step therapy process of pass and fail began.
One of my medications actually had a pass-fail of 7 different medications, 2 weeks each, 14 weeks, well over 3 months of not having the medication that you're taking that has been working for many, many years.
It was a formulary change. Changes regarding your health that are being made by someone you've never met that isn't even a medical professional.
I was so sick. I couldn't eat. I was doubled over from the side effects.
To make matters worse, Christine suffers from multiple oral allergies such as PFAS and dye colorants. 3 of the medications she was forced to try had components that caused allergic drug reactions, wreaking havoc on an autoimmune patient's system. Christine was told at different points by both PBMs and large chain pharmacies to manage her allergic reactions to these trial meds by taking antihistamines such as Benadryl.
I'm forced to trust a non-medical professional who's telling me to take a medication that my doctor says otherwise. I should be taking something else, but it didn't matter.
For Christine, that meant her insurance would not cover the $2,000 cost until she tried and failed on these other medications, regardless of the effects they may have on her health.
So you sort of feel like you're held hostage, right?
It took Christine several months and hours spent on the phone to advocate for herself.
They're following some cheat sheet or some flow chart to talk to people. And I said, is there any medical professional available at all? Oh no, we can't. We have a board that has a pharmacist on it.
In the state of Wisconsin, pharmacists are not allowed to prescribe medications. Christine said after months of being without the medication she needed, she finally received a call back from an empathetic pharmacist on the PBM board who allowed her 30 days of the medication she needed.
So that was the best that she could do, and I got 30 days, and within 3 days, I was well again.
Christine said it's unfortunate good doctors are being driven out of their practice because their hands are tied and they are not even able to determine which medications their patients are getting.
It is all financially based. It has nothing to do with the wellness of the person, because if it did, I wouldn't have been that sick.
If you or someone you know has been affected by this, it's time to be heard. Share your story at patientprotector.us and stay tuned as we dive into more tomorrow.
Today, it seems everyone can be their own service technician thanks to the internet. From servicing their own cars and engines to home remodels and projects, people are trying a little of everything. Here at Maher Water Corporation, we employ nationally certified and factory-trained technicians to keep your water treatment systems working to their full lives. We will treat you like our own family.
So if you want us to service your equipment, give us a call. But if you're the fix-it-yourself kind of person, we'll enjoy your funny video clips.
ELM Repair in Edgar is a family-owned and operated full-service diesel repair shop. From pickups to semi-trucks to heavy equipment and RV service. If it runs on diesel, we can repair it. Want more power and better mileage? Our experienced professionals will get your truck running and at peak performance. With a state-of-the-art dyno and fully stocked parts department, we can even come out to you with our 24-hour mobile repair service. ELM is always looking for passionate and talented people to join our team. The Diesel Doctor have it done right the first time at ELM Repair.
Your Jeep Wagoneer awaits, so race to Ho Chum Gaming Wittenberg for the Steer Your Wagoneer giveaway. Starting May 2nd, play Thursday through Saturday all month long for your chance to drive away in a brand new 2024 Jeep Wagoneer. Earn $15 in rewards play with each entry up to 4 times per day all month long. Plus, win up to $500 in our hot seat draws from 1 to 11 p.m. The winner will be announced on June 1st, so get to Ho Chum Gaming Wittenberg for your chance to experience the luxury of a brand new Jeep Wagoneer.
Here's the choice. Eric Hovde, 4th generation Wisconsinite, self-made businessman, job creator, and Eric's foundation provides homes that save thousands of children in need. Career politician Tammy Baldwin, 38 years in politics, voted with Biden 95% of the time. Her votes caused prices to soar, and she refused to secure our border. Career politician Tammy Baldwin, she's not working for us anymore. Fix Washington PAC is responsible for the content of this advertising.
When you think strong, you think steel. You think steel, you think welders and fabricators. You think welders and fabricators, you think sparks, hoods, and boots. Because it's a work day. You think work day, you think of all the cool things that our people do that make America what it is. And when you think America, you think stadiums, skyscrapers, and big industries. And if you're thinking big, you're thinking Merrill Steel.
Builder Service. We're your hometown hardware store. Plumbing, electrical, paint, automotive, keys, tools, lawn and garden. We're more than just a lumberyard. Highway 45 in Elko.
All right, Conrad and Drew, 2 women completed their 500-mile drive down the coast of Florida in an attempt to claim the Guinness World Record for longest distance by toy car. The women chronicled the extraordinary adventure that took over 3 months on social media to support their fundraising campaign aimed at helping and rescuing animals.
Ooh. Slow down, speed racer.
We used to ride around with toy cars as kids, and we've always wanted a Guinness World Record attempt, so we're like, this would be a fun way to like kind of honor our childhood. It originally came as kind of a laughable idea, and then it kind of turned into this like actual thing that we decided to do.
The two had to overcome many trials and tribulations, one of which included the unfortunate news that they would have to forfeit their chance at winning the title unless they paid Guinness World Records. So Cassie and Lauren decided to make the hard decision to forfeit their chances of snatching the title in order to donate more money to help different organizations that raise money for animals. Drew and Conrad, some good stuff there.
There's a world record for everything. If there's a world record for that, there's a world record for everything.
I know, right? And speaking of Florida, I mean, they were definitely in lots of severe thunderstorms. I mean, Florida gets them almost every single day. Speaking of severe thunderstorms, look at the South. Illinois, Tennessee, Kentucky, you are in on some severe weather that will be lasting into the overnight hours. For us, though, a couple of sprinkles tomorrow, more chances of rain in the afternoon hours on Friday, possibly some thunderstorms in the evening on Sunday. Of course, that is Mother's Day as well.
What do you say? Us three, 501 miles in a toy car.
Ooh.
Let's think about it. We'll be back tomorrow.
Culligan Water takes pride in being your local water experts. We live here, work here, and dedicate our lives to improving our area's water. We deliver the world's best water treatment and the industry's best service to you. Culligan Water, your local water experts.
At Fleet Farm, we're all about your everyday. But not just any old day. Here, every day's Mom's Day. Every day's Dad's Day. Every day's game day. And every day is a peach. Whatever makes your day, Fleet Farm's got everything you need for everyday life.
I'm so glad we're finally getting our new boat.
Right? So you guys picked out a boat. I'm going to have that to you in about 6 weeks.
6 weeks?
Not at American Marine in Shawano. Buy a boat from us today and have it on the water next week. And we have more in stock than anyone else in Wisconsin. Pick from 900 boats and pontoons, priced low and ready to use. We will beat any competing deal by $500. Start having fun now and get on the water faster with American Marine Shawano.
Upgrade your garage, patio, or basement this spring with our beautiful cutting-edge concrete coatings. Our coatings are 4 times stronger than epoxy and guaranteed to increase your home's value. For a limited time, save up to $500 off your project. Plus, call during this program to see if you qualify for payments starting at just $30 a month.
It all starts with a Chevy truck. Chevy Silverado with the Turbo Max engine and best-in-class standard torque. And Chevy Silverado HD with up to 14 available camera views. Do more in a Chevy truck. Get yours now. Get $5,750 total value on this Silverado when you trade in an eligible vehicle. That's 10% below MSRP.